We've got a very special guest with us today. Ashton Applewhite is with us. Ashton, welcome.
Thank you.
Are you ready to help rescue some retirements?
If they want rescuing.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on here. And first, I got to say, I guess, I'm going to say this tongue in cheek, welcome, young lady. And that's going to make you go down a rabbit hole of stuff, because I hear you don't like being called that. And I would like you to, I guess, let our listeners know why.
I didn't like being called young lady much when I was a young lady, because I found it patronizing. And now, as I approach my 70th birthday, I still find it patronizing. The only reason someone would call me a young lady is they intend it as a compliment, but all it does is emphasize the fact that I am not young and suggest that I should wish to be young, or wouldn't it be nice if the world saw me as a young lady? And sort of the fundamental backbone of ageism, which is discrimination and stereotyping on the basis of age. It's any judgment on the basis of age, and young people experience a lot of it also, but we live in a youth-obsessed society. Older people experience the brunt of it. And the fundamental idea here is that old is bad and youth is good. So I don't want to accept that compliment, because I reject that notion. I think every stage of life has its unique drawbacks and advantages. I wouldn't go back to my youth for $1 million, and I don't know anyone who would.
So then that makes me, I got to ask this question then. There's the old saying that you hear every now and then of how 50 is the new 40, or 70 is the new 50, or whatever age is the new younger age, just insert whatever age, right? How do you feel about that?
Well, shocker, I don't like it.
Yep.
For one thing, 2 points here. Being, I am 70 or about to be 70 in a way that is not, it's different from the way a generation ago or 2 generations ago people were 70. Not that many people even lived to be 70. People, lives were very different. So my 70 is a new way of being 70, but it is not the new 60 or the new 40 or the new 50. That way of thinking does just what I already described, which is to suggest that younger would be better. The other reason I don't like that way of framing things is that possibly the most important thing I could convey, if I had to just hang on a single fact for your readers, the longer we live, the more different from one another we become. Right? Every newborn is unique, but 27-year-olds have much more in common developmentally, socially, education-wise, than 47-year-olds, who are way more like each other than 67-year-olds, and so on out. So any thinking that lumps people of a given age into a category and assigns us certain, that says we're all alike in some way, is problematic, because it leads to stereotyping. And, the same if you say all people of a certain religion or people of a certain skin color, right? But
all people look alike. That's
right. And so I can't possibly be 70 the way anyone else is 70. And there are many more ways of being 70 out in the world than there are ways of being 7 or 17.
I had another interviewee on my podcast, and I like what they said. They said, no. 70's the new 70. Not the other way. It's 70's the new 70. Like, this is what 70 can look like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it is different from the way it was being 70, in my parents' generation or the generation before that. And there's, lots about that is wonderful, but it's not because we're younger. It's because you can only be the age you are. You cannot ever be any younger. You can be active, you can be healthy, you can be cranky, you can be sedentary. We're each going to do this in our own way, but it doesn't make us younger.
So you hear all those people that are like, they're saying they work out to look younger, or they're trying this new cream or whatever because it's supposed to make you look younger. What are your feelings on that?
Well, we're back again, of course. If the goal is youth, we're in trouble. Fundamental reason, it reinforces the idea that young is better. It's delusory, because no matter what your skin looks like or your abs look like, you're going to wake up a day older. So if, we should work out to have a flatter stomach. We should work out to be fitter. We should work out to be healthier, to live longer, but aspire to health, not youth. Mm-hmm. Right? So think about, and in the sort of broader context, every time someone says, I feel so old or I feel so young, what we really mean is insert negative thing. I feel invisible. I feel mm-hmm. incompetent. I felt those things at 13, mm-hmm. worse than I do now. They're not actually a function of how old we are or how young we are. So reach for the actual reason you work out, I'm guessing, is to feel fit and to feel like ready for what life has to offer. And I'm sure there are mornings where you feel like no matter how much martial arts you did, you're not ready for the world. And that's not a function of how old you woke up that morning. That's a function of, what's on your plate and your mood and 1,000 other things that age has nothing to do with.
Yeah, I do martial arts because it's fun. The other working out I tell my wife, I don't really work out for the health reasons. I just work out to look good. As always, guys, if you want more Competency Retirement, our contact information, our calendar link is going to be in the description. So don't forget to smash the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every single week when we get new content going on. We also have another YouTube channel for our podcast called Retirement Rescue Radio, where we also dive into a lot of topics very deeply. We do that long format, sometimes half an hour to an hour is what some of these can be. And so once again, guys, appreciate you sticking around here. Join us next week, same time, for some more content to give you the information that you need to empower you to live the retirement that you deserve.